Blessings upon all my Akhis and all my sisters out there. Welcome to Split Decision. I'm your host, Akhi. Of course, in the red corner, pound for pound, number one, undisputed. Akhi. To my left, in the blue corner, the one and only.
3P, you know how it is. Professor Nelms, a pundit with the PhD in pugilism. You know, laying it down. I hope everybody's out there good and safe. You know, tonight we're dealing with a different time in America, but this is the time that we need to come together.
So that's the time you realize your health is your wealth. That's the time you realize how much blessed you are, because people worry about the other man's pocket, how much money they got, instead of looking at their health and how much they are better than the next person. So with that being said, you got to be appreciative. You got to thank God every day, because tomorrow is not promised. So coronavirus done knocked out every sport there is, including boxing. Shakur was supposed to fight last night, but
Except UFC still going on.
well, you already know UFC. They got it all planned out, you know. But boxing, they won't prepare for that. You know, coronavirus undefeated right now. So UFC, they have a good structure where they making the fights only for the media members to attend.
Yep.
And then, you know, of course they're gonna lose out on ticket sales, but the show must go on.
Yeah, and then you got to think about, so if it's on TV, there's advertisement.
There's money coming in.
There's money. So
and there's no other sport. There's no
Yeah.
other sport, you know, from what I know, that's going around other than UFC. So they're gonna get a lot of ratings. So it's gonna actually make up for it. So boxing, from PBC to Top Rank to all the above, they might want to follow the UFC blueprint and actually, you know, follow that blueprint by hosting fights without any crowd. Now, what's crazy was Bob Arum came out stating that he was actually planning on doing the Shakur fight with whatchamacallit. He was actually planning to do the Shakur fight without any attendance, without the crowd, without the fans. But then all of a sudden, the New York Commission said absolutely not. You know, we got to solve this issue beforehand. So what's your take on that? What do you think the coronavirus, how long that's going to last till we can actually see more boxing?
Well, yeah, so part of it is that it's a pandemic, so it's an international spread of this virus. So you got to think about where these shows are at and where the spread, or how well that nation is controlling the spread of the virus. So the UFC show was in Brazil, and as Akhi stated, it was just for the media. There was no audience there. I watched a little bit of it on TV on ESPN, and it was I was still able to enjoy the fight. It was this kind of audible echo that you could hear throughout, but they actually had a continuity or a contingency plan that was in place. I think that we have to be responsible for this, regardless of where it came from, how it got here. We know that it's here, and it is spreading at an exponential rate. I did some calculations that are not woefully accurate because we don't have tests out here at this point. But what I did find out is that it was the infection to death rate was around 7. No. So the infection rate was, as far as people tested to people who came up positive, was 17%. Which is crazy. So that's almost a fifth. So that means that every 5 people that you talk to, that means that one of them have it. Because that's I'm rounding up, because that'll be 20%. But
that's worldwide or in the U.S.?
Not U.S. So U.S.
Wow.
infection rate. So that's not death rate. That's infection rate. The death rate is worldwide they'll say it's about 3.4%. Which isn't bad. It's probably maybe a little bit less than that, but we don't know until we start testing all the people. But so with that said, there are some things that you can do to help prevent the spread of this, and I think that we all should be mindful of it. So it all starts by having some of these closings, or at least kind of limiting your exposure to big crowds, because part of it is it's this kind of silent, deadly thing that spreads around. And with that said, you could go 2 months and have it and spread it without showing any symptoms. So that's the kind of scary part that we need to be aware of.
Can you say, from your knowledge, is it the most dangerous virus yet?
No, as far as fatality?
Yeah, because there was a virus in 1918, if I'm not mistaken, that killed around 30 million people, something like that.
I mean, I think worldwide. So that was the Spanish flu. So you also had to remember there was no kind of vaccinations so I don't think it's on that level, because we're just advanced as a people. Our technology is advanced, and it's not as deadly as, say, Ebola, which had a ridiculous mortality rate up there. But Ebola was super hard to get Ebola, right? So Ebola, it was spread through fecal matter and blood and all that. Yeah. So, but this is just it's airborne, it's droplets. It can be something that you touch, and you might touch your face and then touch something, and if somebody comes behind you, it spreads easily. Yeah, it
spreads easily, and I heard even if you standing 6 feet away from a person, you can still get it. That's how far you got to stay from a person. So be cautious. Always wash your hands. That's the main thing. And with that being said, I guess coronavirus is like, it came on and was just like the Fury in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Just like Fury did his thing, which we're going to talk about it later on. A farmer done come exposed them on some 6ix9ine. He snitched on him. So with that being said, we're going to talk about it. I know that's why a lot of people in the chat, that's what they want to hear. But you already know. Can you hit the bell, Professor Nin, so we can move on to the next round? Now, Bob Arum came out stating that Shakur Stevenson is the next coming of Floyd Money Mayweather. Of course, there's only one Mayweather. His name is, he's known for being TBE, the best ever. I judge fighters based on their errors, because you can never judge fighters from past eras to fighters now. There's different rules. There's different weight classes. Fighters back in the day used to fight every 2 weeks. Now fighters fight every 6 months almost. And there's so many different, there's so many different things that come into play, different elements, so on and so forth. So with that being said, I don't think that's a lot of people are saying, oh, Bob Arum is reaching. I don't think he's reaching. I think Shakur got the potential to be the next Floyd. Now, is he going to be the next Floyd is the $1 million question. But one thing for sure, Akhi believe Shakur is going to be the next pound for pound number one, no doubt about it. So with that being said, what's your take on what Bob Arum had to say? What do you think of Shakur potential in the sport of boxing?
Yeah, I think I see him. He kind of has the package. Has the background, has the pedigree, has the amateur experience, has the Olympic experience, has the look, is articulate, likes to take his opponents out too. So there's a certain amount of heart that has to be there for you to each and every time look to take your opponent out. Comparing him to Floyd Mayweather at this point, I think it's kind of classic Bob Arum. That's the thing, that either somebody's the next Floyd, or they the next. I haven't seen somebody do this since Ali, or so that's always Bob. That's what he does. He likes to talk about the fighters that he has. So what it are that he promoted in the past, because it gives him some credibility. He's like, well, I was a person that promoted this guy, so I've seen these skills, I watched their bouts, so I can speak to if somebody is that next version of him. But I want Shakur to kind of live on his own, our laurels, so to speak, and he doesn't have to be the next anything. He can be the next Shakur Stevenson. So
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But one thing for sure, Shakur, I think defense rate right now is higher than Floyd when he was his age, or something like that, or overall one of the two, according to ESPN, which is pretty impressive. But Floyd Mayweather got the highest connect rate as well when it comes to offense and defense. I remember watching Shakur for the first time. It was on Dante's Boxing Nation. Shout out to DBN. That was a golden moment, because he captured Devin Haney and Shakur, and that's what really put Shakur on the map when DBN captured that moment. My man Dante. So with that being said, when I first saw Shakur, I gave Dante a call right away. I was like, "Who this kid?" Because normally, when I used to watch Devin Haney sparring, he just dominates his opponent. He never had a competitive, sparring match. And that sparring in particular, Shakur actually shined. And Mayweather was talking about who's that guy. He was telling his pops like, I want to sign him. And he told Devin Haney, I'm gonna sign you too. Don't worry about it. But he really liked what he saw in Shakur. And even when Shakur went to the Olympics, Mayweather flew. And he went all the way to the Olympics, wanted to sign Shakur. According to Shakur, he didn't sign with TMT because they didn't offer him the right amount of money. Of course, Top Rank came with a bag. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, he signed with Andre Ward. He got Terrence in his corner. Former pound for pound Andre Ward, current pound for pound Terrence Crawford, and future pound for pound Shakur. I mean, that's the recipe right there. So greatness surround him. So I believe he got the potential, and I feel like he got the right surrounding to actually be focused. See, a lot of fighters got talent, but some of them can't stay focused. And I believe Gervonta has one of the best talent too. But Shakur is way more dedicated and has way more love for the game than Gervonta. Gervonta, it seemed like, I would hate to say this, but it seemed like even if he loses, it's because he didn't do his best. But it is what it is. So it's kind of like the AB effect. However, Shakur is on that Floyd Mayweather path. So with that being said, to live up to what Mayweather did, though, that's going to be a hard task because Mayweather stayed undefeated for 20 years, which is unheard of, fighting the best every single time, going through Pretty Boy stage to Money May stage. And he kind of basically had the best career for an athlete, in my opinion, the way his career flew and how much money he made in the sport. He changed the landscape of boxing. Some people say for the bad because now fighters are afraid to lose because if they lose, oh man, you ain't no longer the one. Yeah. But Mayweather was pound for pound number one, period. So it ain't even about his it was the fact that he was number one in the world and he was undefeated. So I don't really pay attention too much to being undefeated. People lose all the time and bounce back. And one of the main thing of being a champion is how to bounce back from a loss. With that being said, any last thoughts on Shakur and, just his potential?
No, I'm disappointed that we didn't get opportunity to see him in the ring. And I look forward to seeing his next fight.
Yeah, you might want to make sure he don't hit the camera or none of that. But can you hit the bell, Professor Nim, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next round. Now, there's more evidence that popped up on Tyson Fury allegedly cheating against Deontay Wilder with his tampered glove. So one of the evidence that popped up, it was actually, you could throw it that way. He bringing it back. But one of the evidence that popped up was the fact that Fury, which one of the callers actually called us and pointed that out. The same caller that said Errol Spence retweeted Errol Spence retweeted Tyson Fury glove, his wrap sticking out of the glove. That same caller told us that Tyson Fury was readjusting his glove during the fight. And I posted a video on it as well. It went viral. And the other thing that was,
that's criminal? You readjust your glove?
He was readjusting it. I'm talking about he pulled it out and he pulled it back in. So he will pull his glove all the way in and pulling it out in the fight, using the corner to do so. There's footage of it on Akhi TV, so check it out. Check out all my videos. I'm gonna leave them in the comment section below. There was also footage of Ricky Hatton. Shockingly, we repping the UK today, but the Hitman did, some criminal, man. He helped Tyson Fury as well, which that was disappointing to see. Shocking, for a fighter like Ricky Hatton to be involved in Tyson Fury allegedly cheating, and there's more because also Tyson Fury cornerman, his trainer, was telling Tyson Fury, don't use your right hand, use your left hand. That's the key to victory. He said, don't use that right hand. Use the left hand.
What fight you talking about?
In the first fight.
Okay.
So with that being said, what's your take on it? Because you received a lot of backlash last episode. People thought you was concussed. The way you was talking.
I ain't never been concussed. What's that?
Because they said you was in denial when it comes to hard evidence that's in front of your face, because they said Akhi put it together like puzzle and showed you the picture and showed you the evidence. And they told me that it ain't no longer Professor Nim, is Professor Stevie Wonder, because you can't see the hard evidence.
Who's they?
The Akhi Nation and the world, period. Everybody that was tuning in.
Is your fans.
I mean, some of them were your fans too. They say they like what you say all the time, but they say with this they can't even co-sign with you. They can't rock with you because they said they gotta rock with the truth. Even Errol Spence retweeted what I was talking about, the questions that you couldn't answer. So what you say to that, Professor? Now,
what did Errol say?
He requested Max Kellerman and ESPN to talk about the glove accusations, but you could talk about respond to that, what the fans were talking about, and about just me? Tyson Fury knew evidence, the fact that allegedly he cheated, and you didn't see Mr. Stevie Wonder. So you didn't see it. You could no longer see it.
It's pretty much the same evidence, right? I don't necessarily consider evidence, but where are we at right now from last week? We are in the exact same position. Well, actually, I take that back.
Why is that?
I'm not sure because
you got the complexion for the protection. I got the answers for you.
There's a lot of evidence out there. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. He put out a video, right? It said that there's hard evidence that Deontay Wilder was drugged. And so we got to look into that, right?
Drugged?
Yeah, it was drugged. So they
Drunk or drugged?
Drugged. They was there was a water bottle that Tyson wouldn't drink. And when you look at Deontay, I don't care about that.
I'm talking about the hard evidence that Tyson Fury tampered with his glove. I'm talking about. I didn't see that in particular.
It's on there. It's on it. Yeah, Deontay Wilder drugged before the fight. So what I'm looking for, I'm waiting for a criminal investigation. I don't want to speak on it too much more. And you want to,
because you don't got the answers. I
know what I'm saying. I'm waiting for an investigation because usually an investigation brings out the answers. If I try to bring out the answers,
Akhi got the answers. What makes sense? What makes sense is the fact that he actually, allegedly cheated. Because at the end of the day,
how would it make sense? So there is allegations out there, but the thing that I want to apologize for, and I want to do, is for Deontay Wilder and abandoning Bomb Squad Nation. This guy has not come out one time to defend y'all.
He don't need to defend us.
He had a fight. He got cheated, according to y'all. He let you bet money. He let you pay for a pay-per-view, and he's not said one word. He has not said anything. He's let y'all run with the stories, and he hasn't even defended any of y'all.
Because he want to get his lick back with his own hand. He is G like that. That's what you call G check. Because he want to check Tyson Fury with his own hand. He want to restore things back in order with his own hand. He don't want to complain about no damn glove. And he going to talk about it when the fight rolls on. But Tyson Fury is about to be suspended for 8 years after the farmer snitched on him on some 6ix9ine. Because allegedly he paid this farmer 25 pounds to make up a story and say that he gave him contaminated meat. So we're going to talk about it. But first of all, people obviously had an issue with you because they were saying that you living in denial, denying the fact, because I showed you the facts of the blood being on the knuckle area, and it was like you couldn't see it. They were saying they were calling you Stevie Wonder.
I didn't say that.
It's on camera, Professor Dev. So they showed me, and when I went back and watched it, I was shocked too. I was like, "What is Professor Nair? Is he okay?" I think you were concussed with all the facts that I was hitting you with.
Oh,
and
really?
See, the thing is, they were saying that you
it's
were bringing
two different realities.
That you bringing up your opinion, but opinion don't matter when you bring facts to the table. I keep bringing facts to the table.
What's the fact? Because I need to look up the definition of a fact.
A fact is a hard evidence, and you denying it with your opinion. So if I tell you, I call a spade a spade. If I tell you the sky is blue and you over here, well, my opinion, it could be red. Like, your opinion don't matter because you see, you fly, you looking like the cloud with the sky. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's a fact, that's an opinion. Okay. You bring in an opinion trying to dispute fact. So people saying, if you don't have the answers, you were basically, this what they were saying, you didn't answer the question, and you always was looking for a way out.
Way out. Okay. So if I answer it in a different way, that's still answering the question. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that that's a way out. That's just an alternative, fact to it. So
what fact? You said because you deny the logical evidence.
So what you said that there was some red smudges. The thing that I remember was having a conversation, and I said that there was a lot of blood that was around because Deontay's ear was busted, his mouth was busted, his nose was busted. So I said that it's probably a good chance that you could get some blood on your gloves because you're hitting the face that's bloody and there's like pores and it seeps through. I just remember that conversation. And then I was making a point that you were saying that it's right here. Yeah. And I was saying that I thought it would be on the inside because you were saying that it was pulled down. But at the same time, I think that's that's both conjecture on both of our sides. Like none of that is fact. Pause.
You said there was blood from Tyson, from Deontay Wilder, the blood that was leaking out of his, lips or ear, right?
Yeah, everywhere.
So how is the blood gonna go to the knuckle area when he's wearing the glove? Now, you got to think about it. I'm speaking logical. It takes a fifth grader to figure this out. Are you smarter than the fifth grader? You a professor, you got a PhD degree, and you can't put things together when I'm putting it together like puzzle for you and showing you a picture. See, this is what it is. People having a hard time with you because they saying, how is the blood going to go through the glove and go to the hand wrap? Really? How is that possible?
How's that possible?
But if his hand was where the palm of his hand's supposed to be, right there, which shows there was blood over there, they saying you over here denying the fact, and you acting like you Stevie Wonder, Mr. Professor Stevie Wonder, because can clearly you ignoring the facts.
Like, could we put out a glove? You saying how could the blood go there?
Okay, I'm gonna show you the picture as y'all see the picture, because see what I'm showing the picture as we speak, like. And it don't take a genius to figure this out.
How could the blood go to that area? I don't know. I think it's blood.
It don't take a genius.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that they could see that.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. Can you see it? Because they could see it. Can you see it, Professor Nair? Like Stevie Wonder?
Your question was how would blood get onto there?
See the blood right there? That's the same spot right there.
That's his wrist right there.
Yeah, and don't you see it on the palm? So
no, because right there.
That confirmed the accusation.
No, right
this
there.
This picture right here confirmed the accusation.
That's not right there. You can see his tape because there's there's marking on tape. So that's tape right there.
That's the blood. Don't you see the blood on the glove? The same place where the knuckle is located.
Do you see those little black marks right there?
I'm talking about this blood area right now. You see the blood on the glove, the same place where the knuckle area is, confirming the accusations.
That's tape, which is you can see lower down on his hand. That's where the tape is at.
Professor Nim, you denying, logical evidence right in front of your face. That's why people calling you Stevie Wonder. Okay, so read the comments.
Everybody up there has it. All right, so there are black like little marks that you can see that the blood is on top of. That denotes that is tape. That's where his wrist and everything is tape. And as you kind of look at the picture,
explain the blood on the glove, on the palm area.
I'm saying that's his wrist. That's his.
Explain the blood on the palm area. That's where the accusations say that his fist was. And you see the other picture right next to it. You could clearly see the blood on the fist area, which confirmed the accusations. So people calling you Stevie Wonder because you ignoring the hard evidence right in front of your face. So explain yourself, Professor Nim. Because are you smarter than the fifth grade? That's what we want to know.
I mean, I don't man, my credentials speak for themselves, and I got receipts. I don't think this is about an IQ test. But what I will say is just I'm just seeing different things than I mean, I might be tripping, but I mean, to me that
tripping.
Like that is clearly taped. Now I'm reading somebody's comments.
You are tripping.
In there.
You are tripping.
So somebody please explain to me. There's these black little marks that denotes that is tape. That's how you can distinguish.
That's blood. That's leaking. You can see it on his fist too. So that's why people saying, why are you denying logical evidence that you can see in front of your face? Did Tyson Fury paid you off? Because even Errol Spence could see it. Even Steve Cunningham could see it. Not Stevie Wonder, which is you. I'm talking about Steve Cunningham came out saying that Tyson Fury cheated. Even Charles Martin. And so many more fighters like George Grove. So there's many fighters that see what I'm talking about. People were saying that when I told you demonstrate how the glove gonna rotate in 90 degree, and you were demonstrating it, they were saying, they would say you throw the punch like a girl. But despite all of that trash talk,
I was doing it in super slow motion. Okay. But at the same time, they said I was a boxer. I'm a 2-time Golden Glove boxer. Tyson Fury is Golden Glove boxer, then world champion, and he throws that. So I mean, I would take advice from me. I would so if it's fast. Can I see it? So if it's fast, I mean, I got this.
Can I see the hook that you were talking about?
The hook?
Yeah.
What I was saying, like if you throw it like fast enough.
Yeah, don't throw it slow, fast enough. Throw it slow, because I want to see how you a hook with the glove rotating 90 degrees. That's a Kamehameha from Goku. Really? If y'all know Dragon Ball Z, that's a Kamehameha.
I know. Everybody's saying like I'm throwing like a girl, but like watch this. Like if I do it fast.
Okay. So you broke your. You just broke because you just landed like that.
I just did it.
Do what?
It's called a check hook, and they could probably lay out most of y'all on there.
So that was a Kamehameha. How you gonna throw like that? If you land like this, if you land like this, you basically not knocked out. So okay, explain this footage that you see on the camera. You see how Tyson Fury landed his fist with the palm of his hand, basically, if according to you. That's still illegal according to the boxer rules. So he broke the rules regardless. And what we see, which is the logical evidence, because ain't no denying it. Because even all the newspapers that's coming out, all the news articles, all these fighters coming out saying that something was wrong with Tyson Fury glove. It was loose. And that's a fact. And the fact that you see blood on the fist area confirms the accusations, because when Tyson Fury had the gloves, you could see the same blood on the palm area. So you over here denying logical facts, Professor.
No, it's not just, no.
I'm talking to a wall. I'm talking to a wall.
It's not just me. What I want to say is that you guys have to remember. I'm looking at the fans, and I think we should take call-ins after this. But you have to realize that everybody who has an opinion about this, from Steve Cunningham, George Groves, to Akhi, to King Pharaoh, like none of them were in the ring. The people that were closest to all of this have said nothing. So that's who you need to be mad at. Y'all are mad at me, but listen, the people that are closest to this, so Deontay Wilder, his trainer that was back there when he got his hands wrapped, the commissioner, the referee,
just like
Tyson Fury, Fury's corner, and y'all are saying that he not only did it in one fight, he did it for both of the fights. So why are y'all mad at me?
Are you informed that Tyson Fury got busted in the past for tampering with glove with Mark McDonald, as I told you last show? He got busted doing the same thing that I'm telling you that he did in the Deontay Wilder fight. That's a fact. That's a fact. So do your research.
You watched that fight, though. Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, hold on.
Because that is not fact.
Look, hold on, Professor.
That is not fact.
Hold on.
No, let me explain.
So the referee then shook his head and told him fix the glove because his thumb is not even in the glove.
What happened is, if you see this glove, there's an attachment right here. What happened was that came loose, and then they had to change his glove because this right here snapped. So that had nothing to do with his hand. And
the reason why this snapped, because the thumb wasn't in the glove, because it was in the wrist area. Really? So that's why the referee told him fix it. Yeah, because it will snap, because if your thumb is here and you holding it like this, it won't snap. But because his thumb is not here, it snapped. So with that being said, I'm saying you denying the facts that it's right in front of your face. So people are telling you, they calling you professor liar.
I'm just calling for an investigation.
They calling you professional liar instead of professing in because they saying you denying the facts right in front of your face that even other fighters co-sign.
What I'm saying is just that I'm like, we all should put pressure.
Stevie Wonder.
We all should put pressure on everybody who colluded and gave you a farce of a fight. And y'all not doing that. So what we need to do is we need to go directly to the referee of the fight, Deontay Wilder's corner, Tyson Fury's corner, the commission for that night, everybody that was involved, and y'all let them get off the hook.
That's what we doing in new media. So let me inform you because apparently you're not informed, Professor Nem, on this. So when these allegations popped up, see, if I'm gonna criminalize someone, I'm gonna make sure we have enough evidence to criminalize someone, you know, because that's a heavy load you could throw on somebody.
That's a heavy
accusation. If I'm gonna tell you cheated and accuse you of that, I'm gonna have some facts because at the end of the day, it's all allegations. But I'm gonna have enough proof to prove that you actually cheated.
And so hard evidence
that you know the judge ain't gonna act like Stevie Wonder. You know, when you show him the footage. So Akhi, what I did, I'm part of new media. So when I saw enough evidence after watching Young Pharaoh video, because at first when I saw London, Miss Giao, I think his channel was, who brought attention to it, which he was white. After he brought attention to it, I was like, that's not enough. And then when I watched Young Pharaoh evidence that he put like 150 proof of Tyson Fury allegedly cheating, I was like, you know what? I got to put it together like puzzle. And I gave Tyson Fury the chance to respond. Guess what Tyson Fury did? Blocked his Instagram comment section. So I say all of that because Tyson Fury Hope Insurance kicks in so well because it covers all type of cheating agendas. Because none of these old media members talked about it. They choose to ignore it till this day, even though they talked about Andre Ward hitting Kovalev low and stopping him in the rematch. Till this day, they still talking about, Andre Ward hit Kovalev low. But when it was Tyson Fury that actually was hitting Deontay Wilder in the back of his head the whole night, they didn't say nothing about it. But I don't even care about that. You know, Hopkins was dirty too, if you want to call it that. But I'm talking about the fact that he actually cheated. And this is a guy that actually cheated in the past. This is not his first time at a dancing table. He took steroids in the past. And a farmer came out claiming that he paid him $25K, or he was supposed to pay him $25K. And he actually covered it up for him, lied to the court to actually cover up for Tyson Fury so he could beat the case when he was fighting Yukata. So I say all of this. New media, we doing our job. Akhi, DBN, Boxing Ego, Young Pharaoh, all the above. We doing our job to inform the public that Tyson Fury cheated. But you over here denying the logical evidence. You're not even saying, oh man, see, if I would have respected the fact, if you would have like, you know what, this is actually highly suspicious. I want this to be investigated, and I want Tyson Fury.
I said it.
You said you don't see nothing. You said that there's no blood. There's no blood on the fist. So you're trying to justify him cheating.
Akhi, you asked me how would you get blood there, and I said
you're trying to cover up his tracks.
I would say you would get blood there because if you punch somebody in the face and they're bleeding, that there's blood that can get between these little holes and pores within your glove.
This hole? There's no holes right here.
Right here.
I'm talking about right here.
I'm talking about, but you were saying that
there was blood right here. There was blood right here. How is that gonna get right here? Explain to me. I don't see no gap holes.
The blood right here.
Okay, explain to me where you're gonna see the how's the blood gonna leak through?
So if you're punching somebody, right, and there's a gap here, and there's blood splashing.
The gap is right here.
And it's doing
the gap is right here.
It's what I'm saying.
So what I'm trying to say is that right there, you're not making sense nor logic.
How does that make sense?
You're not making logical sense. So okay, how come there was no blood on the right hand, but blood on the left hand? Explain that. And I'm gonna show a picture of Tyson Fury. There's blood on his left hand, but not on the right hand. And it was Deontay Wilder left ear that was bleeding. So Tyson Fury hit Deontay Wilder so many times with his right hand on Deontay Wilder ear. So explain to me why there's no blood on Tyson Fury right hand wrap, but there's blood on the left hand wrap. Explain that.
He had a fake.
Because I'm knocking out Professor Nem today.
Because he had a fake hand that was in the glove, and then before the cameras got to him, he took the fake hand off and I don't know what
So
you
explain,
want me to say,
I just
man.
showed the picture. Okay, you don't got the answers. You don't have the answers for the allegations. So you actually co-signed the fact that Tyson Fury cheated. Because
I
if
never
you
said
if
that.
you're
I
the
never said-
defender, if you're the
I never said
defender,
it.
you're
No.
not doing a good job.
How
You
am I
basically
defending? What I'm saying is that I haven't seen this overwhelming evidence, and the fact is the guy who can speak to it the most is
Answer the
Wilder.
question.
Wilder could be like,
Answer the
listen,
question.
I've had over 40 professional fights. And I know when somebody hits me with a glove,
Quit
or when
switching the
somebody
subject.
hits me with a bare knuckle.
Quit deflecting. Quit
That
switching
guy-
the subject,
that-
Professor.
Listen, that's y'all king. That
Professor
guy
Stevie
is
Wonder?
abandoning y'all.
Okay,
Where is he
Professor
at?
Stevie Wonder.
Where is he at? Wilder, call into the show. Well, I'm giving you a chance right now. Respond. The people don't believe you. Where are you at?
Professor Stevie Wonder, respond to the question. Quit deflecting the question and switching the subject. Why is there blood on the left hand on the fist, but not the right hand? They eating you up in the comment section. So I'm talking about respond to the question. Can you please respond to the question? Quit deflecting and talking about other matters and other subjects. Talk about and answer the question. Why is there blood on the? I just asked it like a million times. Why is there blood on the left hand but not the right hand?
I don't know, because he was slapping him around with the left hand. I don't know.
He hit Wilder. He was supposedly knocked out Wilder with the right hand, right? So that's
you
your
see how
answer.
many
You don't have
left
the
hooks-
answers.
did you see how
so
many
you
left
basically
hooks bounced?
confirmed the allegations, Professor Nim. Like it or not, you confirmed the allegations.
It is. That's why I want Wilder to come in and call in.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, hold on, Akhi. I got to connect you to the studio first. So that's what I'm saying. That's why people calling you a pro-liar, all of the above. I'm trying to save you. I'm over here. I think I concussed Professor Dem on the last episode, so he knocked out, so he ain't, seeing clearly. I don't think
So I want everybody.
Stevie Wonder.
There's this thing called confirmation bias. Please go look it up. Okay,
That's something
what
called
happens.
logical sense, common sense. And a fifth grader could see the picture I just painted to you where I put it together like puzzle, but you denying the
we have a
logical evidence and the hard evidence right in front of your face. I don't even know what to say after that. Let's get some callers. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from?
Yes, my name is Matthew O'Neill. I'm calling
Hello?
from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Hello?
Yeah. How you doing, Akhi?
Yeah, my name is Matthew O'Neill. I'm calling from Plymouth, Massachusetts. I'm a top 10 editor for Everpedia. It's an online encyclopedia set. I was on the show last month for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember speaking to you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I beat Preston Hartog back. I beat Preston Hartog when he was in the World Class Athlete program.
So what do you think about the allegations of Tyson Fury and him, paying 25 pounds to, get a farmer to cover up for him, to cover his tracks, and Tyson Fury tampered glove that all the fighters co-signed from Errol Spence to
all the fighters?
to Steve Cunningham that actually fought Tyson Fury and gave him his toughest fight till this day, and of course
that's
Charles
all
Martin
the fighters.
and all the above. So what's your take on that?
Well, I talked to Dewey Cooper from the Mayweather boxing
Yeah,
gym.
what's good? Yeah.
I talked to him about it. He thinks that Fury manipulated his glove in the fight or didn't use his gloves properly. Maybe he didn't. He manipulated the padding, not the padding, but he manipulated the gloves, and it was not under the proper rule.
So you agree that he actually cheated because he broke the rule? That means you cheated, right?
Okay, yeah, I think my personal opinion is, I mean, he might have cheated. I'm not 100% sure he might have. I just think that it's up to like Deontay Wilder and Deontay Wilder's corner.
Deontay Wilder, he want to restore things back with his own hand, but Tyson Fury.
How you gonna speak for that man? You don't know what he thinks.
Because he said he can't wait the day till he hop back in the ring. He said it. I didn't say it.
You saying this man got
I didn't
cheated
say don't speak
and
for me.
assaulted, and you speaking
don't speak
for him.
me because I don't even believe half of the things you be saying.
You just said it. You just said like Deontay wants to do this.
Deontay Wilder said it for himself. He said, "I can't wait till the day I hop back in the ring with Tyson Fury." So don't talk about what I'm saying. I'm bringing facts to the table. I ain't bringing my opinion. So keep rolling.
Before the fight, I thought that Wilder was going to beat Fury. I thought Wilder was going to knock out Fury because he almost knocked him out in the first fight. So I was surprised that Fury won so easily. I just think it's up to every single fighter. If you think someone's cheating, you should call that out.
You have to. You have to. And that's
Wilder already said it. Wilder called him a cheater already.
No, he did not. He has not said one
he said
word.
That
His corner has not said anything.
He said he hit me in the back of my head.
No,
but at the end of the day,
he about the referee.
Deontay Wilder, he damn if he do, damn if he don't. He came out and he said that he wanted to fight Tyson Fury right away. He applied the rematch clause.
I know, but y'all wouldn't let him do that.
Hold on.
Y'all wouldn't let him do that.
So Deontay Wilder wants the rematch with 1 week. People complain, oh man, we don't want to see, we don't want to do that, we don't want to see that fight again. Tyson Fury dominated him. But if Deontay Wilder actually said, you know what, I'm gonna skip the trilogy match. I'm gonna start from zero, from ground zero. People would have said, oh, he a coward, he not a real champion. So he damn if he do, damn if he don't. And he did actually say Tyson Fury was cheating, hitting me in the back of my head all night. All the right hands.
He said not one thing about the gloves.
Okay, but he will. They haven't seen each other. He's gonna say it to the lead up of the trilogy match, but there is no trilogy match since the fact that Tyson Fury is going to be suspended. But I gotta let you go, Akhi, because I got another call on the phone.
I appreciate the facts,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The facts. He co-signed me. He said he cheated.
No, he didn't.
He did. Professor Nam, are you deaf now?
No, he did not.
At first, you Stevie Wonder. Now you can't hear. He said that he cheated. He broke the rules.
He said that he talked to a guy in Mayweather's gym,
and he said that he broke the rules. So,
but
that's cheating.
I'm talking about the caller. I'm talking about the caller.
How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Yeah, he said he cheated. Period.
That's not true.
So, who this is? Where you calling from?
Peace, bro.
Yeah. So who this is? Where you calling from?
He listening to the jump. He catching up to it.
Yeah, you got to listen through the phone because the live is like 20 seconds behind. I gotta go. I got too many callers. Who this is? Where you calling from? God damn. Who this is and where you calling from, Akhi?
Terrence Bailey, calling from Trap, Maryland.
Okay, so
Maryland.
You got
what's good.
Go ahead, lay it down.
Man, look, I don't understand what people. I mean, half the nation must be blind. I mean, if you're not seeing that this dude cheated by now, I mean, you are definitely in the minority. I mean, there's people here like in my town. I'm from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the same town where Frederick Douglass was born, 30 minutes from where Harriet Tubman was born. My last name is Bailey. You know what I'm saying? Due to history. My wife asked my wife to the emergency room the other morning, and I was sitting there watching young Farrell in the emergency room, and the nurse came in. She knew about this. She agreed that the dude cheated.
I know, but
the doctor came in. The doctor came in.
I actually like to get my advice from nurses who never box too.
If a nurse that never boxed can see he cheated, then I'm pretty sure you can. But you apparently Mr. Stevie Wonder.
But that's not the point. The point is that they're trying to say that this is a Black Wilder denial thing. No, these people are white. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a white nurse in a former slave town that Frederick Douglass escaped from. This is the birthplace of the Underground Railroad. You feel me?
Yeah. So you 100% see that Tyson Fury cheated,
so
right?
That's a lot of context. Hey, but hold on. Let me ask you a question. So you've been getting this from King Farrell, right?
Why are you so emotional?
I'm not like I want to ask a question.
Relax.
Ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
But let me give some context though.
You did. You gave him plenty of context.
No. About me, I'm a former fighter and a combat veteran. I spent most of my life fighting, whether it been in a ring, on a mat, or
what state you perform in?
Just a few years ago, I spent a year in Afghanistan. I can tell you if somebody is jacking up, dude. I spent years as a military police.
I'm saying like you perform boxing. Like, where did you compete for your Golden Gloves tournaments?
I fought at the Highlight in Bridgeport, New York. I only had like 16 fights. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's not enough to get your feet wet.
The
but
point.
I wore
co-signed that too. You know, and ain't nobody got more credentials than Errol Spence. He co-signed that. There's some suspicious with the gloves. Steve Cunningham, Tyson Fury, toughest opponent to this day, according to Tyson Fury, co-signed that as
Evander
well.
Holyfield.
And many more fighters.
Evander Holyfield.
Oh, for real?
Evander Holyfield.
What he say? What he say? Drop the jewels on us. What did he say?
Evander Holyfield said in the first fight, Wilder got cheated. You know what I'm saying? He said Fury didn't win the first fight. He didn't chime in on his glove thing, but he said the first fight that Wilder got cheated. He said Fury didn't win the first fight. Now this dude is 5-time heavyweight champion of the world. Ain't nobody got this dude record. If I'm going to hear anybody from the heavyweight division, I'm going to say Evander. No commentator, no other fighter, no nothing. Dude, 5-time champ.
Right. So appreciate it, Akhi.
Well, I was gonna ask him a question.
Professor Name got a question for you. Let Professor Name.
You got this from King Farrell. So King Farrell also put out
Young Farrell. Yeah.
I mean Young Farrell. He also put out.
I just said I was listening to that in the hospital room at the same time that the doctor and the nurse said it.
He also put out that Deontay Wilder was drugged before the fight. Right, so
but he said allegedly.
I want to focus on the hard evidence that we see with our face. I want to see the hard evidence. I'm talking about. Let's focus on the hard evidence that's in front of our face. Let's not talk about all these allegedly things.
But when do we get embarrassed?
I gotta let you go, my man. I got too many callers. Appreciate it.
First, it was
who
the
this is, Akhi? Who this is, and where you calling from, Akhi?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Tiffany, and I'm calling from North Carolina.
Tiffany, hey, congratulations! It's our first female caller. Hey,
hit the bell one time for her. Hey,
we're gonna have to. You have to send us some merch.
How you doing, sister?
This is some bullshit, right?
Okay, preach.
Wilder was cheated.
Okay, what? Tell Professor Name what it is. But Mr. Stevie Wonder,
can she finish? Okay, can she talk?
Cause I'm woke. Okay,
so
you woke. When Wilder first came on the set, something was wrong with Wilder. Wilder wasn't even the Wilder we know. He wasn't even boasting Bomb Squad. So I feel he was drugged in the beginning of the fight. That's my opinion. And he was cheated because them gloves that Tyson was wearing, they were flipping and flopping all over the place. He was slapping them around like a pimp slap. So that's what I call in to say. Like, I'm just getting tired of these people. Y'all need to wake up and see shit for what it is. Open your eyes.
Right. Hey, Mr. Stevie Wonder over here can't no longer see Professor Name Stevie Wonder because he says he can't see the blood on the hand wrap. Like I said, I feel like I'm arguing with the wall.
Why do you keep saying
that? Keep saying what?
I didn't say that.
Say what?
That I didn't see glove on the hand wrap. You asked me how it get on one hand wrap and not the other one.
You're not making logical sense, Professor Name.
It is blood on the left wrap. It is blood. You can just tell his fist was in the palm of his hand.
Tell him, sister.
It's obvious. Like,
it's obvious.
I'm these people. I be arguing with these white people from the UK and everything else. Like, we expect white people to have excuses when it comes to black people. They've been having excuses against us for the rest of their life. They feel they can do what they want to do.
Listen, sister. This is like their biggest victory since boxing started. They had a heavyweight, White Hope, according to Larry, beat Deontay Wilder. Now they talking about there's no more black heavyweights. He labeled all of us American. He called us black.
That was Larry Merchant.
Larry Merchant. So that's what I'm saying, bro. This is the Rocky moment, and the complexion for the protection and his hope insurance is kicking in. But you ain't gonna lie to my eyes. I don't care what the commission say. I don't care if Nevada Commission play him guilty or not. But you ain't gonna lie to my eyes and tell me this dude didn't allegedly cheat because you are innocent till you proven guilty in the U.S. But we already know race play into boxing. We already know that, and what's understood don't got to be explained. But you can keep continue.
But I got one more thing before I go. The question is, who do we contact to get our money back for this fight? Because that's going to open up. That's the answer. That's going to open up the questions of why they want their money back.
No, we need to find that. Everybody needs to write Deontay Wilder.
I already called him. Deontay Wilder wasn't the one cheating. It was Tyson Fury. So stop.
It was Fury. Whatever the hell his name is. It was that. It was
so
him.
the Nevada State Commission, like I said, I contacted them already. I already made my complaint, and they said they're looking into it. Of course, the Hope Insurance is kicking in, and they're trying to do their best to cover up. But Tyson Fury already got busted doing something else, which is steroids. So
Put pressure on Wilder.
So now we gotta
Wilder.
put pressure on Nevada State Commission to return the champion of the people belt back, since he cheated in order to win. They claim, he got all the skill in the world. Well, if you got all these skills and all this will, why do you need to cheat in order to win? It don't make no logical sense, right? So I appreciate you for calling in, though. Make sure you tune in, call in.
Subscribe.
Every Sunday. That's the first sister that called into the show, Split Decision, where I might change it to KO because I done knocked out Professor Nim every episode.
Right. Make sure you post that information so a lot of people can contact that, because the more we apply power or pressure, the better for Wilder.
I will. I will leave it in the comment section. I will leave it in the comment section.
Everybody should.
You need to contact your man Tyson Fury that's paying your bills or something. Appreciate it, sister. Thank you for calling in.
So he was drugged. So that's
how
what
you
she said, right?
How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from? God damn. We get too many calls, man.
Why would he want to fight this guy again? So he drugged him.
Because he want to knock him out and restore things back in order with his own hand, because he a G like that.
And then he got beat up.
Because now he won't be able to cheat.
He got drugged.
Because now
he got assaulted and he got knocked out.
So you're going to condone a cheater? Is you serious?
No, what I'm saying is if I was like Wilder is not being a man, he needs to step up.
Press pound or
he needs to step up. Everybody's out here with these allegations.
He will.
He's the one that knows.
Because you need to be calling out ESPN and Max Kellerman and old media instead of talking about Deontay Wilder, the fighter. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from?
Yo, this Dave. I'm calling from Belize.
Belize. Hey, I love Belize.
That's Central Africa.
Yeah, so go ahead, lay your thoughts,
I don't believe Wilder needs to say anything about this, because the first thing they're going to say, you find an excuse.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
You're right.
And the first one is Professor Nam that will say that shit.
You're right about that.
Excuse my language.
Because he didn't have any excuses before.
So go ahead.
He didn't
keep
have
going.
any excuses
Let him
before.
finish. Can you let him finish?
He didn't have
Quit being so
he didn't have any excuses before.
Mr. Stevie Wonder. Quit wondering when we improve.
Because he didn't say anything before, right?
Better won tonight.
Say that again.
So I'm not sure where this came from. So Wilder is champ, we're going to represent for it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like Mr. Professor Stevie Wonder don't have no answers to none of the questions that I said, but he wanna dispute the facts with his opinion. But opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. I keep bringing fact to the table. I keep telling the truth. And Professor Nam over here, he want to tell a lie. That's why people calling you pro-liar.
Name one lie I told.
You said that there's no blood on the knuckle area.
Why do you
Y'all
keep
could go
saying
back
that?
and watch the fight.
Stop
the video.
Capping. I never said that.
It's on camera. It's on camera. On our last episode.
Capping.
Check it out.
No, Fury is a cheater.
Yeah, he a cheater. Exactly. You ain't have one caller co-signing your what you said. Who this is, Akhi? Where you calling from? State your name and all that. Sorry for the last caller. I
just hung up on me.
I hanged up on you by accident. I'm sorry, Akhi. Who this is? Where you calling from?
This D'Amico from Detroit.
D'Amico, lay it down. What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
Okay, I want to know why Dana White say that Insack ruined boxing off top, and then why Spence, champion undefeated, retweeted the glove to Max.
Right.
Retweet.
Did you hang up on her?
No.
I'm wondering what's your thoughts on that. Why would what will Earl Spence
answer that? Why did the truth Errol Spence right there retweet it and want Max Kellerman and ESPN to talk about it? Why did Errol Spence and all these fighters that I told you about more than once explain that?
Okay, and then I want to follow up with a question or whatnot if y'all. So one thing as I want to say is that it was very hard for a lot of people to see Deontay Wilder and get beat like that. Even as a black man, it was hard seeing that. Even I really don't respect his boxing skills that much.
Really? So
I would
we
like
gonna
him to
act
improve
dumb?
it.
That's not an answer.
But
so
let me finish. Let me finish. And with that saying, sometimes it's hard to accept that guy was just better than your man. And then in doing that, you grasp at things. So the lady that just called said that Deontay Wilder was drugged.
Don't worry about her. I'm talking about what my question is. Why are you talking about what the lady said?
And then you said that he didn't want to do this because people are going to say that he's going to make excuses. But he's already like everybody, he's already made an excuse about his costume. He made an excuse about his corner. He made an excuse about the referee. You know what I'm saying? So let's not go there about him not making excuses. Did you hear him on an interview making these excuses? They asked him questions. They said, "What do you think went wrong in the fight?" He didn't just come out and say, "Oh, well, this and this and this and that." But you ain't answering the questions. I just answered the question.
I'm talking about answer how.
I was very articulate.
Errol Spence is hurt. Is that your answer? Errol Spence is hurt.
His feelings were hurt.
Oh, really?
His feelings were hurt.
You look like your feelings is hurt because look, you could hide from the truth, but you can't hide the truth from the public. The truth say that this dude cheated.
I look cool as
so
this shirt.
Look, check this. Is Fury's hands registered?
They are.
Okay, so now at the end of the day, if you hit a man in his face with no glove, no patent, is that a crime? And should you be punished?
That is criminal. That should be pursued to the highest level in criminal justice.
So why are we playing about this? Listen, man,
because Wilder has not said nothing. This guy
I don't give a
sat
damn
there.
what Wilder said.
So he is
bro, you can see the evidence right in front of your face, and you talking about what Wilder said.
Really? Wow.
You serious?
You got an ex-sparring partner coming out the woodwork yesterday with young Pharaoh.
His sparring partner, Tyson Fury sparring partner.
Man.
Come on, bro, quit.
I know.
You quit hiding from the truth, Professor.
What was that sparring partner?
Face the truth.
Hold on.
Face the truth.
What was that sparring partner during the fight?
From the truth.
Hold on.
What's the sparring partner got the gain out there?
Hey, but where was the sparring partner during the fight?
It wasn't nothing.
He was probably states away. But hold
on.
But let me ask one question. But who was right there during the fight?
When women get raped, why they wait till one woman come out to rape and you say something? Now all the rest of the women come out. It's okay when they do it.
We're talking about rape now.
Quit hiding from the truth, Professor Nam, and face the truth. Face that your man actually cheated, man.
Let me ask you one question. All right, so with all this, how come nobody in Wilder, so Wilder doesn't have to do it, all right? Because they're going to say this, nobody in Wilder's corner, he should go and fire everybody in his corner. He should sue the hell out of his promoter. He should sue Nevada, and he should sue the referee. Why is that not going on?
Why you worried about Deontay? First of all, hold on. Why you keep asking questions, but you won't answer any questions? You ain't answering no questions that I asked you, and you over here, you making yourself look bad because you killing your credibility by actually denying the hard evidence proofs right in front of your face with opinion. I could care less about an opinion when logical evidence say Tyson Fury cheated, and you don't got no logical explanation for that. You ain't making sense, Professor Nam.
Crazy or not?
Come on, Mr. Professor Stevie Wonder.
Confirmation bias. What I want to do, we're going to learn a new word today. It's called confirmation bias. Everybody that's out there, please look that up. It's called confirmation bias.
So I appreciate the call. You ain't going to get Professor M to admit anything because he definitely paid off by Tyson Fury or something, man. He invested in him. I think he part of it now, the way he talking, the way he defending it. But appreciate it, Akhi. I appreciate it, Akhi.
All I know is if that would have happened to Canelo, it would have been World War III.
Bro, Canelo already cheated, and guess what they did? Increased the computer roll, and Tyson Fury did the same thing. Just like Canelo, he got busted for computer roll, whatever the case might be. And with that being said, could you hit the bell, Professor Dan, so we can move on to the next round? I'm gonna need to change the show from split decision to KO because you keep getting saved by the bell, and the bell won't save you because I keep knocking you out.
And just because you say it makes it true.
The facts say it. Look in the comment section. In the comment section, who y'all think won this debate, period. It ain't no debate. Because I'm bringing facts, you bringing your opinions. I'm bringing the truth, you bringing a lie. Come on, Professor Dan. Drop in the comment section who you thought won the debate, especially this round. Then I'll knock out Professor Nam. Hashtag Akhi, hashtag Professor Nam.
Somebody said Akhi is crying.
Everybody, no, they saying you emotional. They calling you professional liar. Professor Stevie Wonder, hashtag that. But let's move on to the next round, which is Tyson Fury. A farmer came out just to get things in order. You could go ahead and talk about the comment section that's firing you as we speak till I get the comments. What Tyson Fury stated. Go ahead, read the comments. Don't be shy.
It says, "You didn't win, Akhi, you dummy."
Oh, oh, really?
I'm saying,
are you gonna read the one comment that's trolling
Stevie
like you is? You sound like you're trolling, Professor
Anthony
Nails.
Joshua King. I'm trying to pick out ones.
You sound like you're trolling.
Hashtag Professor Nails.
So okay, hold on. I received a lot of complaints. I received a lot of complaints last show.
What?
Because there was some super chats that I didn't get to read.
Oh, okay.
So
right about
I'm gonna
that.
go ahead and read them because, of course, anybody that support us and throw a super chat, I appreciate y'all. So Christopher Jornet. Wow, Professor, sound like you duck dancing. Ray Charlie's can't see the facts. Just to see that I'm not capping. He actually sent me why I didn't read his comments, so I'm reading it for the people that don't know. So another super chat I received. African G facts. Appreciate it, Akhi. We also has Christopher Jarnett donated again. Appreciate it. Gate fake Professor a mule to ride on a horse. Well, damn, y'all mean, man. Y'all killing Professor Nam. I can see why we missed these. You were supposed to read them, Professor Nam.
I can't see the super chat.
Otto Chris. I don't know if Fury cheated, but his integrity and his
integrity
is questionable. If you steal from me once, you will always be questionable, and a cheater will always be a cheater. Appreciate it. I keep co-signing everything that I have been preaching.
And that's called circumstantial evidence. If y'all want to go by the rules of the law.
Tyson Fury allegedly paid a farmer $25,000 to actually, cover up for Tyson Fury in court when he was fighting his case in Utah. Now, first of all, a lot of people have complaints, again, about you, Professor M, and they told me to ask you this question. So they said, since you already informed, because I informed you on the show that Tyson Fury got busted in the past for taking steroids in 2015. We had a little debate on it on a previous episode, and I told you that on our last episode, episode 25. And then when I asked you, didn't Tyson Fury fail the drug test in 2015? You said you don't know. So people want to know, why do you, always deflect and not answer the question, because you already know the information.
Oh, really?
So they saying, are you concussed from Akhi knocking you out from these previous episodes and you forgot the information, or you playing dumb? So since you already know the fact, because I informed you on it on the show,
but earlier
can you explain yourself?
You asked the question, and instead of and doing what people who aren't smart but try to act like they smart do, is they go and like say some stuff that they do, but somebody who doesn't have to act smart, what I did was I said that I don't know. And what I did was I went and looked it up. And before the show was over, I went and I stated that fact, not corrected. Just because you tell me something doesn't mean that it's fact, Akhi. That's the difference.
Facts. I don't talk about
difference.
See, the difference between me and you, Professor Nam, I bring facts to the table. Hold on. So I told you that Tyson Fury cheated in the past and failed the drug test, and I showed you. And I did it on split decision. So people saying, you say you don't know, well, do your research. You're a professor. That's what y'all do. You're working on a $1.5 million research, but you won't do your research before you talk about boxing, especially after I informed you. So they saying, if you got a student and you don't do your homework, and if he don't do his homework and come to class, you're going to give him a 0, right?
No. Listen.
Hold on.
No,
but
listen.
now
So
you
what happens is
and you don't do your research. You get a 0.
I get the topics before the show. right? And we were talking about his hand wraps. So that's what I was doing the research. I was looking at investigations, and you were doing this. But what you did was you interjected with something from 2015 that had nothing to do with hand wraps, and you were talking about some drugs and stuff like that.
I already informed you on it on that same episode and previous
But we weren't
episodes.
talking about that. So now,
you
are we
forgetting?
questioning him taking PEDs for this fight?
No, that's,
so why are we talking about
that's
it?
a farmer. It's news that came out because
it?
they saying Tyson Fury is
So
about to get banned his whole career. Because that's what everybody talking about. In the UK, that's what everybody talking about. In the US, that's what everybody talking about.
We're talking about the raps.
Do your research, Professor.
We're talking about the raps.
I'm talking. That's a different round. I already knocked you out. Are you concussed? We're talking about a different round. Like Fury, you got to stay with the subject.
I know. I can't keep up because it's the costume. It's the raps. It's the referee. It's I got drugged. It's a drug bust from 2015. Like, come on. When will y'all just say like my man got beat?
It's the UK. It's the UK. It's the UK that came out with a report. Do your research.
Who's the UK?
Do your research. The UK Daily Mail, the biggest reporting article in the UK, and many more.
Are they saying that he popped for this fight?
Bro, they saying Tyson Fury is facing a 8-year suspension after UCAD is about to reopen the case in 2015 that he was suspended for 2 years. UCAD is reopening the case since this 70-year-old farmer came out stating that Tyson Fury allegedly paid him $25,000 25,000 pounds, not dollars, in order to lie and say that he provided him meat that has steroid in it, contaminated meat. The Canelo excuse. And that's what he provided him, and that's how he beat the case against Yuka. So Yuka is reopening the case, and this is the biggest news of the day. Dante dropped a video on it. New Media dropped a video on it, and this is the hottest topic as we speak. This is not me speaking. This is me doing my job reporting on boxing. That's what Split Decision is. We report on what's taking place in the sport of boxing. Today, the hottest topic is Tyson Fury is getting his case reopened from 2015 for failing a drug test against Klitschko when UCAD actually let him pass because of this excuse that he made with this farmer. So explain. So what you gonna say now to the fact that Tyson Fury actually paid the farmer $25,000 to lie? Explain that. Explain that fact with your opinion. Go ahead.
That was wrong. He shouldn't have done it. That has nothing to do with him whipping Wilder's ass.
Fuck Wilder right now. We talking about the fact that he failed a drug test. He facing an 8-year ban. Talk about the subject. Quit talking about Wilder.
What are you talking about? That was wrong. He shouldn't have did it.
Okay.
He still whipped Wilder's ass.
Should he be suspended? Oh, by cheating. Why you ain't add the key part? By cheating.
We don't allegedly.
Man, quit trolling, Brian. Quit trolling, Professor M. That's not professional. You losing credibility.
You getting
look at the comment section because I'm talking about Tyson Fury failed drug test. This is a serious matter. This dude's putting a blackout on the sport as a whole, and you co-signing that. You're making a fool of yourself on Split Decision.
Hey, calm down.
I'm trying to tell you, what are you trolling for?
Calm down.
Bro, you're a personality. You're not a troll. Quit trolling on Split Decision.
Akhi, chill.
Come on, man. Talk about the subject. Go ahead.
That was wrong. He shouldn't have done it. It has nothing to do with him whooping Wilder's ass.
He's facing an 8-year suspension or a ban from the sport as a whole. So quit. I know he wrong. Quit stating the obvious. What's understood don't have to be explained. So talk about your expertise in this subject. I mean, when a female that ran track cheated and used steroids in the Olympics, they locked her up for 4 years. Forget about suspension. Dante talked about that. I'm talking about this Tyson Fury cheating, paying a farmer $25,000 in order to cover up his track to lie. I mean, the audacity. And you over here even co-signing what he doing, talking about, oh, he shouldn't did it. I know he shouldn't did it.
How's that co-signing?
I'm saying, talk about the subject. Okay, go in depth about it. You think he should be banned from the sport? You think he should be locked up? You think he should be charged for criminal act? Go in depth about it before I get my take. Quit trolling. Let's talk for real. Let's talk boxing.
Listen. All of these things are coming up because everybody was shocked in the world. And I'm not talking about the coronavirus. I'm talking about white boy Tyson Fury that came and beat Wilder. All right. So there's what they're doing is they're looking up all of these things in his background. Okay. So what did he do? There is a case that happened in 2015. And if it is confirmed that he paid a farmer $25,000 to lie because he wanted to cheat, then he should face an 8-year ban. That's like simple. I don't have to defend that. I don't want to defend that.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get your take on that.
That's what I said. And
I co-sign
that. Right. So this has nothing to do with people are saying like this is the evidence and no, like what, because this is something that is actually something that's going to be investigated. We can talk about the facts. Okay. Right now, what y'all are talking about, there's no investigation. Wilder hasn't even alleged anything. Why are you talking
about Wilder? We moved on that subject. We spent 30 minutes talking about that. Let's talk about the fact that allegations
I like the parallel
of the farmer thing. We already know he cheated against Deontay Wilder. Let's focus on this next matter. Tyson Fury is facing an 8-year ban and possibly suspension from the sport as a whole, and he should be suspended because once you're a cheater, you will always be a cheater. He already cheated once, and he gonna cheat again. His cousin cheated, and allegedly he cheated in the Deontay Wilder fight with the glove situation in the past. Mark McDonald busted him with it, and now with the fact that Tyson Fury, this dude, the farmer, 70-year-old man, telling him. And this is facts because Yukata said that this dude basically was in the conversation. He actually provided the statements and a letter saying that he actually gave Tyson Fury contaminated meat during the camp, which he came out clarifying and said that he lied and he feel guilty for lying because that's not part of, he's 70-year-old. So of course he don't want to die with guilt. So I think Tyson Fury should be suspended from the sport. He should be even locked up for a criminal act once he guilty for the situation in court. So, but since Tyson Fury,
you saying that he should be locked up for taking steroids?
Yeah. For taking steroids, for doing tampering with glove and all that above. For all these things that he did in the sport of boxing. This dude is a criminal. Because when you go in the ring, you could accidentally kill your opponent. And Tyson Fury is fighting with bare knuckle and steroids.
That's a dangerous precedence that you're starting, because there's a lot of athletes who have been caught with steroids. So we have to go and look at all of their cases, and then they would have to go to jail too.
Well, what's that female that ran track and they locked her up because she was from the coincidental list, she black, and they locked her up because she ran track and took steroids. And you talking about a guy that goes in a ring and takes steroids and they ain't gonna do nothing about it, and he paid the man to lie in court? That's criminal. Her name
is Marion Jones.
Marion Jones, thank you. Tyson Fury is criminal what he did because he paid an old man, 70-year-old. What, man, where is the logic behind all this? You pay a man to lie in court? And you telling me it's okay? Or he don't need to be locked up? He should be locked up. I'm not saying the judge gonna do what he think is necessary. I'm just saying whatever the judge does is not too far. But since he got the complexion for the protection and the hope insurance, I doubt it happened. Of course it won't happen. But I'm saying what should happen.
Well, at least there's an investigation. There is somebody who has some allegations, who knows about what's going on. So I can appreciate that, and I can respect that.
We have someone for the first time in history co-signing what you're saying. They threw a super chat. Renko Dio, he said, I'm with Nims on this one. That's wrong. First of all, it's Professor Stevie Wonder, but I'm with Professor Stevie Wonder on this one. Allegedly, allegations, no facts. Well, just to inform you, this is actually a fact because this guy is signed on dotted papers in court. So we're not talking about speculations. We're talking about facts. So let's not play dumb. Like I said, at the end of the day, these facts, he actually he helped Tyson Fury beat the case against Yukata in the UK. And Tyson Fury, like I said, once you're a cheater, you will always be a cheater.
So Chris Bones says, give the belt back and restore Wilder's record. Conscious Awareness says, Young Pharaoh won.
Akhi knocked out Professor Stevie Wonder. I'm sorry, Professor Stevie Wonder.
Conscious Awareness also says that Akhi got corona symptoms. So maybe that's why your arguments are not.
What do you receive? What do you speak? You receive right back. You say it, it might apply to you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, let's not read the trolls.
BWick8038 says Professor Tyson Fury.
Read the comments that's bashing you if you're going to do that. It's all of them bashing you.
Are you
Quit capping. So who this Akhi? Where you calling from and who this is?
Hey, what's up, fellas? This LCD Boxing calling in again.
What's going on?
Yeah, how you doing, Akhi?
Man, I hear y'all, man, and I mean, y'all going. I mean, the show fire tonight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got
It's
it
on
going on
fire.
from both ends.
And I knocked
Hell
out
yeah.
Professor Nemo, and where the smoke is
I know
fire.
this-
These no allegations. These
And-
are facts. Yeah, I
just
put it
because he
together
said
like
it's
puzzle.
true.
Allegedly.
Just
but
because
keep
he
going.
said it's
Right.
How you
true.
doing, Akhi?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to speak on it just a little bit, and before you say something, Aki, I just want you to hear me out.
Yeah,
Okay?
go ahead.
So I kind of understand what Professor Mills is talking about when he say, when he said the fans just feel some kind of way that Deontay Wilder lost because
Ooh.
you know we used to see him get them knockouts. But what he missing one thing though. That's the decaf.
He's
know,
speaking
real-
like
real-
he co-signing the decafs. The
Right,
dumb
right, but-
casual
yeah,
ass
like-
fans.
Right. But then on the flip side, though, you know, I understand what he's saying. When you bring up the cheating in the past, that ain't got nothing to do with this fight right here. But
Yeah,
but
but
on
it's
the,
a
on
different
the flip
subject.
side,
It's a different round.
right. But I get what he's saying. But on the flip side, I understand the point you're trying to make is the dude been caught cheating several times before. You got world champions or former world champions saying, "Hey man, that's cheating," and he act like he can't even see your point.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Logically, let's speak with logic.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And-
Are you smarter than the fifth grader? That's all I'm saying.
Right, and the other thing is, Professor Mills don't even answer the questions you ask him. But when he do answer a question, you know, how about you do this, man? How about you answer the question without a narrative? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
listen,
that's
I
what
mean,
he's doing.
Right.
I'm a professor. That's
Answer
usually how
the
we
question.
talk.
Answer the question.
Well,
I
okay,
do
but
answer
you know
you
that's
just
the
don't like the answer. So I mean, give me a question.
You
and let me see
deflect.
how
You be
how
deflecting
am I
and
not
changing the
answered?
subject.
So give
What
me
are
a
you
question that I haven't
solve
answered.
it, Akhi. Solve it, Akhi.
Give me
Go
a
ahead.
question I haven't answered.
Okay, no, don't. You're not gonna tell me what questions I could ask you, bro. Like if I
I'm
can
not.
ask you a
You
question,
can ask me any question. That's what I'm saying.
He
Okay,
ain't gonna
did-
answer him. He ain't gonna answer
Okay.
him. What's
Well,
the
hold on,
point?
let me
Don't
ask-
even ask
I'm
him because he ain't gonna answer it.
Don't ask
You gonna let him
him.
talk? You gonna let him talk?
Well, Professor Mills,
He's so
Yes, sir.
emotional.
did you see any blood on Tyson Fury's left glove,
Listen,
and or tape, and or hand wrap?
Listen, I saw on his, it looked like his left hand on his pinky and his ring finger. It looked like red smudges.
Are you talking about the hand wrap?
on the hand wrap? Yes, like on
Okay.
the not necessarily like the knuckle part, but like the knuckle going down the
but on the
index
wrap.
of the finger. Yes,
But on the wrap, right?
Yeah, on the wrap.
How can you tell me some scenarios how you think that blood got there?
Listen,
Magic.
when you are in a contact sport where fluids are going everywhere, like have you ever like kind of like done something and then you kind of look and like say, how did I
don't
get
need a
this
narrative,
blood?
man. I'm just asking
How
you
did
a
it-
straight question. You can.
But like, how,
I'm
okay,
there
but
with you.
you're saying
Quit
that you're
deflecting.
saying that I
Quit
don't need a
deflecting.
narrative. But listen, you asked me like, how do you do this? And then when I explain it, you say I don't need a narrative.
No.
Quit
What I'm saying is
deflecting. You
don't
not
gotta.
answer the question, man.
You gave the example already. You don't have to tell the story. You already said.
yeah.
You said the fluid goes down there, right?
Okay.
So I'm following you. But if you say that, then where's the blood on his right hand?
Where he hit Deontay Wilder on his ear that was bleeding. Yeah, answer that.
Well, I'm trying to keep it simple, Akhi. Like, I'm
Yeah.
you know,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Where's the blood on? Where's the blood on his right hand?
Listen, I
we
cannot
go.
tell you how body fluids are evenly distributed when
No,
two
that's not
big
what I asked you.
guys
I didn't ask
are
you
doing
that.
that.
I didn't ask you that. That you doing it again. I didn't ask you that. You said about the left hand. You gave me an example of how blood could get to the left hand. So, using that
answered the
same
question.
logic,
No, you didn't.
can you tell me
I don't know what world you
where's
live
the
in.
blood on his right hand?
Listen,
You ain't making logical sense.
cannot explain the logic. But listen,
Exactly. You don't
listen.
gotta
Hold on.
answer.
I've boxed before.
Really?
I've done this.
No,
I've
I
busted
asked you about you
somebody's nose.
boxing.
I've
I'm
done
just
that, and then
focused on the gloves
I've
right
taken
now.
off. I've taken off my wraps.
I'm just focused
and then
on the
I've
gloves.
noticed.
Let's talk about the glove,
Listen,
man.
I'm
Let
just
him
talking
ask.
about the
Quit
gloves.
Listen,
talking about
I've taken off my gloves and wraps and noticed that I had blood like around my fingernails. So what does that mean? Like, does that mean that I was cheating or like that I had my?
No. I didn't say that. I'm just asking very specific questions. You know, because I don't want to get. I'm trying to keep it simple, not make it complicated.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
So
just going by your answer. I'm going by your answer was when I
Yes.
asked you, could you think of a way or a couple of ways how Tyson Fury's blood, Deontay Wilder's blood got on Tyson Fury's knuckles in the guys? You said, it could be some bodily fluids. I'm paraphrasing, but the point you was making was it could be some body fluids that seep down in there.
Yes.
And I'm not disagreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. But my thing is, Tyson Fury was also hitting Deontay Wilder with his right hand, in the ear area, and it was bleed like hell. But he has no blood nowhere on his knuckles in the right hand. But
I'm not sure if we know that or not. I don't know if we. I don't know if we inspected his right hand. I don't know if we inspected his right hand. Because you're stating that unequivocally that there's no blood on his right hand.
There isn't.
I'm saying you
can see it with your own
him.
eyes. Quit speak
I'm saying
logically,
what you can
Professor
see.
Man.
See, I said
What does that mean? Stop saying
see.
that. Speak logically. I'm saying that we cannot logically say that there's. I mean, are you saying that that's not true? That we have determined that there was no blood on his right hand?
No, I didn't say that. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I'm gonna tell you what I asked you again. I didn't tell you. What I asked you was, could you see? I didn't ask you nothing about logically or did they prove anything, because we're going by what we could see. You said you could see blood on the left glove. So if you could see blood on the left glove, and you was very specific, you said on the pinky finger and the ring finger area. You said the other fingers, you didn't mention them. So that tells me that you can tell the difference between a stain in one area and a stain not in the other. So if you can discern that, then you should be able to. You should at least be able to give me an idea why there ain't no blood on his right hand.
So what's your answer?
Quit dancing around.
So what's your theory?
No, we asking you.
See, there we go again. I asked you the question. You gonna answer the question with a question? That's like a straw man tactic.
You see that? That's what they talking about.
Listen, guys. So when you're having a discourse or whatnot, so there is like points that you do. So I stated unequivocally that I cannot honestly tell you how blood and fluids are distributed between the right and the left hand. So
and I accepted that.
And like, all right, but I'm also stating because like there's a premise behind that question. So I said, what is your theory between Tyson Fury having that good? Because like you can ask me, you can ask me the question, but then I answer. You be like, you're deflecting.
You ain't answering
so what is your theory?
Hold
on, what's your theory?
Listen, man.
Theory, what's your call? I mean.
I just know something wasn't right with that left glove. Now, before all of this started, I was thinking, maybe I'm like, man, come on, somebody making excuses for my man Wilder, because I like both fighters. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on it, right? But I started clicking on the videos. I seen Young Pharaoh first, and then I seen some dudes from Canada. Then I seen Dante, and then I went back. Then Young Pharaoh kept dropping videos seemed like every other day. Right, but then all of these guys started putting pictures up on the glove, man, and it was a lot of blood on that left glove. I mean, it was way more blood on the left glove than the right glove. So I'm just going by what I could see. From what I could see,
tell me what that means. Tell me what that means. Tell me what that means.
No, I'm just everything was from what you can see, man. All I'm saying is, why is the glove? Why can I see knuckles in the palm area of the glove?
On his right or left hand?
On his left hand. Why is the laces? Why are the laces so much looser?
Right.
Like
answer that.
On his left hand.
I'm not saying he cheated. I'm not saying he cheated. What I'm saying is he was fighting like that. Never complained about it. Never mentioned it. From what the rules say. That should be an illegal. I mean, that's called a tampered glove. Nobody said nothing about it. I didn't say he cheated. He might not have known it was like that. But a lot of world champions say, hey, something looked wrong with his glove. George Groves said you can clearly see his fist in this area of the glove. I don't know what was going on, but the glove was definitely not on right. I don't know why the referee didn't catch it. That's what these guys are saying. And I'm not no world champion. I'm just going by, what the world champion is saying.
Logical sense, common sense.
And now I'm being logical. So,
Okay, all right. So you're saying that he's doing this and that gives him an advantage because
he hitting with his knuckles.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. But if you ask me Do I think that would give an advantage? I'll answer that question.
Listen, I don't know if you ever done that. If you've ever put your hand in a glove around the thing, that is, it does not give you any power. It will allow you to.
It's not a full power. Listen, I come from a fighting family. Yes, I have fought, but on the streets for money. And I can tell you, if you hit somebody with your knuckles, you don't really have to hit them that hard to hurt them. That's what I'm gonna tell you. And any fighter will tell you that too.
Okay, but the thing is that we all stated that the hurtful punches came from his right hand. Okay. All the pictures everybody's been showing is from the left hand. So I'm like, why would the most hurtful punches come from the hand? That's so I'm kind of confused. He
punched you with his bare knuckle. He punched you with his bare knuckle from inside the glove. No, the left hand. The left hand.
I didn't say the left hand.
Why did he get knocked down with the right hand then?
Because he hit him with the left hand first. So the right hand just put his ass down because he hit him on the back of the hand as well. So the right hand helped the left hand put his ass down. Common sense, man.
That's common sense.
Are you smarter than the fifth grade?
That's common sense. I mean, I'm sorry because y'all been to so many boxing gyms
I
y'all know
I box. I know what time it is.
Like y'all, I'm saying that. So you've known boxers that say that, hey man, you can get an advantage. You've been to boxing gyms and you do that.
So if he didn't get a chance, he won't cheat.
I'm asking
Ask Tyson Fury why did he cheat? Because only a cheater knows how to get away with cheating. But Tyson Fury said in the past that if I don't fight with these gloves, when he was leading up to fight Klitschko, he said, if I don't fight with these gloves that I requested, then I won't fight. I will pull out. And he was serious. And he said, either we fight bare knuckle or we fight with this. So at the end of the day,
somebody else said that. Who was it? Floyd Mayweather.
Professor Nam,
oh my God.
He got a concussion. But I appreciate it, Akhi. I got a lot of callers. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Deuces, man. LCD Boxing. One love.
100. Hey, so hit the bell one time, hit the bell 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. OG swag, man. I appreciate it. You know, we trying to be swagged up like you. You already know what time it is. You got to bless us one day and call in, man, because you be showing love, every single time. And like I said, man, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you got that Toronto guap, but I got to speak to you. I appreciate it for always supporting. I got a call on the line, but man, at least throw your Instagram out there so people can follow you, you know what I'm saying? So we could give you a shout out, man. OG Swag, call in because I know you know that I'm over here knocking out Professor Nan. So give us a call and give and bless our night. Hold on. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is or where you calling from?
This is D'Amico from Detroit.
Okay, D'Amico. How you doing, Akhi?
Detroit rapping tonight. What's good with you?
Yeah. Yep, I had like 5 good common sense questions. Quick, just hot 5 questions because I'm just going to say this real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Spit them out. Let's get it.
Okay, let's get to the money. Okay, now if Mike Tyson bit Holyfield ear off and cheated in the ring, should he get a rematch?
He'll probably get a fine. He'll probably pay some money and have to sit out for a while.
He should be lucky not to go to prison. Let's be clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, he should be lucky. Absolutely.
If this man Fury cheated that first fight and he got away with it, and then he cheated the second fight, you're not about to take our undefeated champ belt like that. You're not gonna do it to Canelo. You're not gonna do it to nobody else. No, that can not happen to nobody but a black man here in America. And then we go back. I don't look. To be real with you, I thought Fury had more skills. To be real, but I do know.
Everybody got more skill than Wilder.
I do know Wilder got that equalizer, but that's not the point. Bottom line is, you had a handicap match, and then you say you outboxed this man. But if you hit that man one time with a bare knuckles, the whole fight is handicapped. He can't beat Wilder. We know the whole second round, third round, fourth round. He can't even muster up that power no more because you didn't hit me the back of my neck, my head with your bare fist. We don't have a fair fight anymore. Period. So let's stop playing like that, man. If you cheated, you're not worried to being a champion. You damn sure not worried. You're taking that belt from that man and damaging his perfect record. Ain't nobody.
So what's your solution? So what's your solution?
He had all them title defenses, 10 title defenses, and then he knocked out over 40 people and clean every person he ever fought, knocked him on the ground. All of a sudden, I get cheated and my belt gone. I got lost on my record, and ain't nobody about to do nothing. He shouldn't have to defend himself. He shouldn't have to defend himself when he got his people sitting here with cameras
with cameras.
Exactly. And where they at?
So
Where they
what are you
at?
talking about, man?
Where his people at?
That's why we doing this. That's why we doing this.
No,
That's
but
why
like none of y'all were at the fight. I'm talking about people who were at the fight, who sat there, who were 5 feet away. I'm not talking about us. You talking about people states away. I'm talking about people that were at the fight. Where are they at?
What I'm saying
What are you,
is,
they
they're
already
not-
complaining.
they're not
What are you
gonna
talking
respect-
about?
they're not
Everybody
gonna
already
respect
hit
the
up the Nevada State Commission, letting them know. I don't know what world you live in, but I live in the media. I'm part of the media.
So somebody from Wilder Camp. Let me
We
look that
are
up.
requesting the Nevada State Commission to do their job since we're doing it for them.
So
So
you
they
saying
need to
somebody
pay us.
from
So you
Wilder
need to
Camp-
do your homework, because if a professor if a professor see his student not doing his homework, he gonna give him a 0. So
Okay,
I'm gonna give
you're
you
right.
a 0 for peeing. for not being
like
informed
Wilder, I'm
and
sorry.
not doing your research.
We
I
not
didn't know
about
that
to let
Wilder
history-
Camp
we
as
not
actually is
about to let
asking for an
history look like
investigation. Wow.
We ought to be ashamed of
We are the
ourselves.
people.
If we let history get wrote like
I know,
that.
but none of y'all were at the fight. Like none of y'all were even
Now, Professor
within
Nin should
20
be
feet of the
ashamed of
fight.
himself for being blind to the truth. He trying
I
to
know.
hide the truth, but you can't hide the truth.
I
You
didn't know
must
that.
realize.
I'm sorry, like,
See,
I
I'm
didn't know
like a
that.
doctor. I tell you the truth, even if it hurt your feelings. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you, oh, you're gonna live forever if you got the coronavirus.
I know,
I'm gonna
'cause-
tell you exactly when your time is up.
You
Only
saying
God
that-
knows at the end of the day. But I'm
So-
gonna tell you the truth, not a lie.
So Wilder Camp asked for investigation.
So can you hit the bell? Can you hit the bell?
Secretary to win the match, and when he did, now he was already programmed to.
Right. Hold on, Akhi. OG Swag again. He hit us. He blessed us, man. Hey, that's how you know OG Swag. No, I'm not. Man, OG Swag basically said I knocked you out twice.
Nah, he
Professor
rocking with
Nim.
me tonight.
No, he not. Hey, OG Swag, who you rocking with?
Now, you
Because you
black man,
basically
bro.
saying I knocked out
You black man, bro.
Professor Stevie Wonder twice. So I appreciate it, OG Swag. Drop
like
who you
that.
rocking with, Akhi. And getting back at you.
I don't see anything about Deontay's
OG
Wilder
Swag
Camp.
gonna talk about it. Appreciate it, Akhi.
Okay, why Canelo? Hey, why did Canelo say he ain't gonna fight another Mexican boxer? He don't want to fight another Mexican. Why
Answer that.
Canelo say that? And was he wrong? And was he wrong for it?
Yeah, but he
It's
fought
time-
Angulo. He fought
it's time-
Lopez that moved up from 140 to 154 to fight him. He fought that guy.
Period. It's time to have your man back. If you don't like Wilder, it don't matter, bro. It's time to have your people back.
It's time to have his people back for what? Like
It's okay, but you gotta be fair and speak with logic. Professor Nim ain't even speaking logically. He ain't making sense.
You guys,
making more sense
you
than
guys
he
are
is.
telling
I
me
don't
that,
know what
that
he
there's
talking
an
about.
investigation.
What language
that's
are you speaking? Professor
English.
Stevie Wonder, you ain't speaking
English.
English because you ain't
English.
making sense. I don't know what language you speaking. I appreciate it, Akhi. Anyways, I gotta move on to the next round. Appreciate it, Akhi. Can you? Hey, he tighter than you, man.
I know. I'm
with
just
your tight ass shirt on.
And then y'all got information that I don't have or whatnot.
All right, so-
you got your tight ass head wrap. We don't want to go joke
but
for
I ain't
joke.
capping like you.
We don't
with
wanna
your
go for
cap
joke,
on.
though.
So at the end of the day, so with that being stated, let's move on to the next round because I'm getting a lot of callers. But
So I did see something about. So Wilder said that he thinks that Andre Durrell influenced his corner and that he saw Durrell talking to Tyson's trainer. So
man, quit trolling, Professor. Then quit trolling.
This-
you trolling. Is that a fact?
That is a fact.
According
that is
to
a
who?
fact. It says that this is Deontay Wilder. It says.
Let me see.
Right here.
What is it? What? What are we looking at?
Let me read it. It says that this is he was influenced by Durrell. They said Durrell was in the back of him screaming, "Throw the towel in, we love our champ." And Durrell works with Sugar as well. The opposite trainer, Tyson's trainer, works with him too. So this,
okay.
yeah,
What's
but
this
go
got to
ahead.
do with anything though? I'm not following you.
Because y'all said that there's an investigation that they're doing against Tyson Fury's camp.
They need to do an investigation. What are you talking
I thought
about?
you said that
That's what we requesting. But anyways, he got his own problems right now with the steroids. But however, just to get this out the way, shout out to OG Swag. Like I said, man, drop your IG at least. Because at the end of the day, man, I appreciate you for showing love and supporting the movement.
I also want to, he's about to go out, but I appreciate this comment. PC Jacob, he's got to head out, but shout out. So King Maul says he making up stuff. He's talking about me.
Of course.
Picasso says Professor couldn't fight his way out of an egg. I mean, I'll put my credentials against yours.
Can you hit the bell so we can move on to the next round? So Tyson Fury had to respond to the whatchamacallit, the 70-year-old man. He stated, "We was doing a half a marathon today, but got canceled for OVS reasons. Obvious reasons? I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, probably.
yeah. But we gonna do a half a marathon at home. Batman and Robin. What's that even supposed to mean, bro? Like we talking about you need to stop doing the marathon because I wonder how you lost weight. That's the real question. So I don't even know what that means by Tyson Fury, to be honest with you. But that's not really a respond to nothing at the end of the day. But with that being said, Clarissa Shield, she came out, she tested positive for being undefeated. I'm like, Fury, she came out testing positive for being undefeated and being the best. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Clarissa Shields, she called out Savannah Marshall. Now, for the people that don't know Savannah Marshall, she's actually
Savannah Marshall.
Marshall, yeah. Savannah Marshall, she was the last lady that beat Clarissa Shields. When Clarissa Shields, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, when she was 17 years old. So
that's her only loss.
Clarissa Shields felt like, hey, I want to avenge that loss. And she claimed that Savannah is ducking her because she said she won't fight her till she's 14-0. Clarissa Shields said she want to fight her now. But she want to talk about, you ducking me because you moved down in weight. She said she fighting 3 weight different classes. She beat Lomachenko record. She will move up and down in weight. Not like Armstrong because he was taking steroids, a.k.a. Tyson Fury as well. But we talking about...
You're accusing Henry Armstrong of
Armstrong, that's a fact. I don't know why I ain't accusing nobody. That's what it is out there. So Armstrong, he actually was doing it, fluctuating between weights by actually taking supplements. On the other hand, Clarissa Shields, she doing it the old natural way, with the skillful way. Skills pay the bills. So what's your take on that fight? And when Savannah really gonna step up? Is it really gonna take to her till she get to like 14 fights?
I think so. I think her promoters are actually. I think she signed to Mayweather. If I'm not mistaken, we'll verify that. But
you gotta be kidding,
this is, I think, something that they're gonna let fester for a little bit while because they can build it up. I mean, she has a modicum of skill, and there's a story behind that. All right.
Man, you gotta stop playing, OG Swag. Nah, we ain't gonna let you slide. Hey, put in the comment section, OG Swag call in. OG Swag call in. OG Swag call in, man. Like, we trying to be swagged up like you. He blessed us 3 times tonight. Man, I ain't know I KO'd Professor Stephen Wonder 3 times today, but apparently I stopped counting after the first time. But appreciate it, OG Swag. Like I said, man, I see you showing love and support. Follow me on Instagram, man. Let me know who you is, because at the end of the day, man, this is unusual, man. You showing love on some unusual-ish, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, man, appreciate it for supporting the movement all day. Follow me. Throw your Instagram out there so I could shout you out. Call in. You gotta give me some type of a clue, man. You can't just keep blessing us on more than one occasion on the same day. Stop playing with him. OG Swag got the Toronto Guap on deck. Stop playing with him. Salute one time to my OG Swag, my Akhi, my broski for the ones that don't know.
Yeah, definitely call in.
Yeah, definitely call in, man. This your show. So, I'm sorry to cut you off, Professor Nam, but man, OG Swag's just, I was like, man, I started feeling like you. I thought I was Stevie Wonder, seeing it 3 times pop up. I'm like, man, he blessed me 3 times, but appreciate it, man. But go ahead, Professor Nam.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
I don't think the fight is going to happen. Right now, she's fighting at 168 pounds, so they're trying to say that Clarissa Shields, who was actually, I think she might still be in London. I hope she's able to get back because she was interviewing with them not too long ago. But really for no reason, but just to kind of, she said that she realized she had over 100,000 followers on Instagram or whatever. And so she decided to kind of go over there. But I think it's also to garner up some interest in a fight with Savannah Marshall. But I wouldn't get too happy, and we probably won't see that until maybe late 2021.
Okay. Well, so can you hit the bell, Professor Nim, so we can move on to the next round? So Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders was supposed to be announced, but they pushed the announcement back. They don't know if it's gonna. They saying that the fight will be delayed due to the coronavirus. So with that being said, a lot of fights are being postponed. You know, Canelo fight is not the only one. So we're going to have a heavy schedule at the end of the year. Inshallah, you know, they found the medicine for the coronavirus because there's a lot of people sick out here. And it's going to take quite some time for people to actually deliver the antivirus for this virus, coronavirus. So with that being said, Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders, it's a good fight. It's a 50-50 fight, but at the end of the day, you was going off on Andre claiming that he fighting on the main card, on the main event for a YouTube card, and we got Billy Joe Saunders. You know, he fought on the co-main event, or even the one before that, I'm not even too sure, of a YouTube card. The ultimate disrespect. And Canelo chooses to fight him next. So can you go off on Canelo how you supposed to? Go ahead. Because, you know, Canelo, he on the same shoe as Tyson Fury with that Cambiro-ish. Go ahead. Let me see what you talking about. What we talking today?
I mean, the fight, he made the fight, which we pretty much thought he was. He's fighting a former champion, BJ Saunders, but, I mean, it's not the fight with Murat, which I said I would roast him for doing. He didn't do that fight because I think people got in his ear and said that's not a good fight. And this is a legitimate fight. It's not Andre or Charlo, which is the fights that we want, obviously, but I think that it helps build towards that. And I think it allows him to stall a little bit longer to allow Andre and Charlo to fight. And then I think he'll eventually fight the winner of them.
Well, that's just a thought at the end of the day, but I don't think he would never come near them guys because we see Canelo's track record. He always fights the easiest link. When Billy Joe Saunders, I told you, as soon as I saw him do horrible, he said that he disqualified himself to making that fight with Canelo, according to Billy Joe Saunders. I said he actually got on the list because that's the blueprint of getting a Canelo fight is look horrible and you will automatically get a Canelo fight. I mean, Kovalev did it and many more did it. As soon as they look horrible, that's what Canelo looks for. So it's still a good fight if Billy Joe Saunders come correct. But ain't no telling how well he is, how good he is at 168 because first of all, he was supposed to fight Andre, and Saunders is actually Tyson Fury's best friend. He failed that. He failed steroids. He failed the PED test when it comes to steroids. That make you 10 times faster, 10 times stronger, all that. And he was supposed to fight Andre.
That's not how steroids work.
And
That's not how steroids work.
Well, it don't matter, but he still failed steroids, and that actually help you lose weight, hit harder, get faster, all the above. So it's the reason. It's a reason why he took steroids because he knew Andre was the truth. He turned down a fight with Andre afterward at 168 because he knows without steroids he don't have much of a chance. So at 168 he looking questionable because against the unknown fighter he really struggled very bad. So I have to favor Canelo because that unknown fighter was really putting it on him, and Saunders had to get the KO in order to win. So I think Canelo will win in possibly a unanimous decision or maybe even a split decision if Saunders bring his A game. But ain't no telling what his A game look like because ain't no telling how good he is naturally. So it's still a good fight though. It's better than a Murat. I take what I can with Canelo because we already know he only fights a good fighter or an undefeated fighter that's actually doing well and performing well every blue moon. So whatever I could get from Canelo, I take. So at the end of the day, you know, that's still a good fight. With that being said, can you hit the bell unless you got, you know, you want to finish your thoughts on this fight?
So I'll close out on this in a second. So I think Billy Joe Saunders, similar to Tyson Fury, he kind of fights up and down to his competition. So I don't think that he was really motivated for that last fight. So I actually think he's going to give Canelo a pretty good challenge. And it'll be an interesting fight. I still think that Canelo will win that fight, but it's definitely a competitive fight. Not necessarily 50-50, but maybe 60-40.
Yeah, so it's a good fight. At the end of the day, though, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all my Akhi. Shout out to the Akhi Nation, the Akhi family. Akhi stand for my brother, and this is the Boxing Brotherhood. Split Decision is a boxing debate / talk show. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. And listen to these decafs, aka dumb casual ass fans / old media. Of course, new media in the house we representing. Shout out to DBN for starting the new media wave that I'm a part of. And if you're a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore, all you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post to go live on Split Decision every Sunday live. The hottest boxing debate show out there. So tune in, click on the notification bell so you won't miss a show. And hopefully one day you will graduate from the Akhi University where I preach the truth and nothing but the truth. And the truth will set you free. So you can try to hide from it, but at the end of the day, you can't hide it because the truth will find its way out. With that being said, today, you already know, people say in the chat, Professor Stevie Wonder, he concussed because he didn't see Akhi coming. So with that being said, state your last thoughts, and then we're going to take the last call, and then we're going to end the show and see y'all next week.
Y'all already know what it is. Cool, calm, and collective. You know what I'm saying? I should be 3C instead of 3P, but pundit with the PhD in pugilism. Call in. I love substantive arguments, discourse back and forth. I do speak in narrative. That's where professor comes from. It's like you profess. And so, because context is important. And I also like to speak in a way that's edifying because I like to teach. And also, I learn some too. Like, I don't mind when facts come and stuff.
You know what I bring? I bring facts to the table. I speak the truth, not my emotion. I speak logic and facts.
I would
only.
agree to disagree.
And you say you call you 3C, 3 caps, because today you capping 3 times. When I knocked you out, you thought you was a split decision. Nah, it's a knockout because that's why it's called 3 caps.
Said Professor Nails is undefeated, so I appreciate.
In his dreams.
I appreciate that.
Look, Professor, I would have enjoyed the show better today if I had a lower IQ. But at the end of the day, I got a higher IQ, and you already know they don't see me coming. So, like I said, you could say he undefeated, but prove me wrong. No one had an answer to my questions, and I answer all the questions. So I'm gonna call the last caller of the day, as I promised them. It's 2-minute limit per person, but like I said, we give exceptions sometimes, and y'all got to keep in mind, y'all can't be mad at me because it's so many callers that I'm receiving. I'm doing like a 5-man operation. So I'm doing so much. I got to pick up calls. I got to read comments. And I got to knock out Professor Nim. And I want him to see the punch that I'm going to knock him out with. So, it's a lot that I got to do. You know what I mean? So
I do want to make one comment, though. And I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I want to say that, there was some controversy about Wilder and them throwing in the towel. And Wilder, he said that he wants to go out on his shield.
He's a real champion. That's why he cut from a different cloth.
If you can't even get to the fight with your armor on, how the hell you gonna go out on your shield? I'm gone.
You need a question.
I'm gone.
You need a question. Tyson Fury punching with a bare knuckle. That's what you need to focus more on than a guy that's willing to go out on his shield and die in the ring for what he loved. That's how you be great in something. So you could take notes because you over here not doing your homework and your research coming into Split Decision. Who this Akhi and where you calling from?
This is Ray. I'm calling from your PA.
Young PA, how you doing? Lay it down, Akhi. Punch in with it.
It's good, man. I think the concept, I don't know how everybody can. Jerry must have beaten so bad on that boy that these excuses are crazy. Like, I don't know if you ever seen the palm of a boxer's hand when it's wrapped. There's no wrap across the palm. That little line you see is the crease of the M in your hand on your palm. Like when it looks like it's a finger, that's just the palm. Like I don't understand how you. And what does Wilder say about this? That's my question. What does Wilder say about this glove conspiracy?
Well, you should have joined the show earlier because you definitely had your answer. We didn't answer that like 1,000 times, but at the end of the day, I appreciate the decaf for calling in, the first decaf of the day. So,
why?
I said,
because he don't agree with you?
He's just a decaf.
Why? Because I disagree with you. I'm a decaf.
Okay, you're a decaf because you sound like one. But let's talk about it. So your question is why haven't Deontay? So you asked me a question, but you want to respond. What kind of shit is that?
No, my bad. I'll let you answer my question. Go ahead, my bad.
Okay, so Deontay Wilder want to restore things with his own hand. So he want to knock out Tyson Fury on a trilogy match when Tyson Fury ain't cheating. But he's also going to mention it leading up to the fight. But we're not going to have a trilogy match since Tyson Fury is about to get suspended or banned from the sport for paying a 70-year-old man $25,000 in order to lie in court so he could beat the Okada case when he took steroids. So that's your answer.
My question is, what does Wilder say about the glove whispers? You didn't answer my question. You
patient is key. You can wait on it. Your patient is key. I just said he want to knock out Tyson Fury with his own hand. If Tyson Fury gets suspended, then Wilder won't be able to fight him and knock his ass out. Wilder want to restore things with his own right hand when he knock his ass out in a trilogy match. But
so that's your opinion. So that's your opinion.
I'm just saying that's my opinion. I don't know what Wilder's thinking. I don't know what Wilder's thinking. I'm not a genie. I'm not a genie. I'm not a decaf.
He wouldn't. If Wilder was thinking about not putting the other rematch in jeopardy, he wouldn't have made any of the excuses he made because he might fear the Fury might say, I'm not going to fight you again. You keep making excuses.
Because that's not going to put that's false. Because that's not going to put the fight in jeopardy, though. How's that going to put the fight in jeopardy if he talk about the costume thing? That's not going to put the fight in jeopardy. But explain this. How is the glove rotating 90 degrees when he's throwing a left hook? Explain that.
But Muhammad Ali, there's pictures of Muhammad Ali doing the same thing.
No, there isn't. Don't disrespect Ali's name. That was a jab because he was Ali. Ali will try to cut you. He will rotate the glove. Ali will throw the jab and rotate the glove so he could cut you. That's a tactic that you don't know about because you're a decaf. But I'm talking about throwing a hook. You can't. I challenge you to show me a picture of Ali throwing a hook and his glove rotating 90 degrees. So answer that question. How is it rotating 90 degrees?
I bet y'all could.
So the glove is facing the outside. Is that what you're saying? The palm is facing the outside?
How is it rotating 90 degrees? Dog, you're not making any sense. Talk like you.
No, I'm asking you. Are you saying that the glove rotated 90 degrees? So you're saying the glove was facing, the palm was on the backhand? Because that's what 90 degrees would be.
I just said the glove is rotating 90 degrees. I'm showing the picture as we speak since you act foolish. So, like I said, decaf, I knock y'all out every day. So at the end of the day, man, you got to do better if you know better. So you ain't got the answers. Just like Sway, I mean, Professor M took a big L. He took a big L. I asked him the question.
90 degrees will put the glove on the side, on the palm here on the side of the head.
That's what I just said. That's what Tyson Fury, he threw a jab and the glove rotated in 90 degrees. And you ain't got the answer for that. So, like I said, do your homework, do your research, quit being a decaf. And like I said, at the end of the day, anybody couldn't get it. If I chew out and spit out Professor Nail like some M&Ms, like I'm rapping like Eminem on the mic, picture what I'm going to do to y'all decafs. So,
somebody said loud talking is not masculinity. You sound
at the end of the day, you ain't even speaking logic. A fifth grader could have brought up a better argument than you did today, Professor Nam. This ain't no longer split decision. This is a KO. Like I said, if I do this to my own Akhi, my broski, picture what I'm going to do to you. Decaf and peace and we yachty. Shout out to OG Swag for always showing love and all my Akhis one time. Allah the greatest, huh?